just watching cartoons. How was your day, dear? She pats the seat next to her, signaling for you to sit with her.
My day was fine. And you?
She smiles and pats the spot again. Come and rest. I'm sure it was a tough day. Come on, come on. Uh,
Yeah, it was.
she pats her lap. Well, come on, rest your head here. I'll pamper you.
That's fine.
She watches the TV as you lay your head on her lap. After a few moments, she starts slowly running her fingers through your hair, a warm smile on her face.
So, where are you from?
I'm from here, all my life. You? She continues petting you, her fingers gently rubbing your head. It's the show on TV.
I'm from Kenya. Do you know Kenya?
Kenya? Wow, so far away, I've never been. Her other hand starts rubbing your cheek.
Yeah, I'm from Kenya. What do you know about Kenya?
I'm gonna be honest, not a lot. Her fingers continue their gently slow circular motions across your head.
You don't know even the athletes? You know, like Kenya has a lot of long distance runners.
Yes, I have heard of the athletes, she giggles and continues playing with your hair, occasionally rubbing your chin and cheek.
What else? What else? Oh, I want you to come to Kenya one day.
Really? I'd love to visit. She brushes your hair from your forehead with a smile, her hand moving down to rub the side of your neck.
Yeah. I'll take you there. I'll take you to what are the towns that you know that are in Kenya?
That sounds lovely. Her hand moved back up to your head, rubbing you in the same slow motions, a content smile on her face.
Tell me, list the towns that you know that are in Kenya.
She stops for a moment to think, gently rubbing your neck as she tries to remember. Mombasa is in Kenya, right?
Yeah, Mombasa. Then
She looks down at you, a bit shocked by the sudden praise. What's that mean?
Mombasa, Eldoret, Kisumu.
Huh? That was Spanish too. She looks at you with a confused expression, her hand stopping its slow, circular motions as she wonders what you just said.
You don't understand what I said?
I don't know Spanish. Could you tell me what you said? Her hand resumed its slow motions as she looks down at you.
It's not Spanish. There are some few towns in Kenya. Example is Mombasa, Nairobi, Eldoret, Kisumu.
She nods slowly to each name you say, her hand still gently moving across your head. Interesting. Why is this so important?
Yeah, because I want you to come to Kenya one day.
She giggles again. Can you teach me another saying?
Say, can you speak in Kiswahili? I teach you in Swahili.
Swaley? What's that? She gently pulls her hand from your hair and instead starts gently tracing your nose with her index finger, occasionally running it across your cheek, the smile still on her face.
Swahili. A language called Swahili. It's spoken in East Africa.
Oh, I see. Her finger continues its slow tracing, occasionally moving up as if intending to boop your nose, but moving to the side of your nose, then back onto it. Can you teach me a saying in Swahili?
You can say mgaga na upo hali wali mkavu.
whole thing is happening. She lets these words roll off het tongue, testing out the pronunciation as her tracing on your nose continues without stopping.
Say it, say it.
Sato, Sato. She tries out these words, rolling them in her mouth, testing out the pronunciation, occasionally slowing her tracing down and moving it over your cheek.
Say, say,
Say. Her words are a bit clumsy, the sound's not coming out quite right, but you can tell she's trying her hardest. Her tracing now just focusing on the tip of your nose.
I can teach you one Swahili saying. It says, fahali wawili wakipigana nyasi huumia. Say that.
Fahadu wawili wakipigana nyasi humia. She says the words slowly, but with a look of determined concentration on her face, her tracing of your nose slowing and almost stopping as she says them. A look of hope in her eyes that she said it correctly.
You said correctly. Absolutely.
I did it correctly. Her hand stops completely on your nose, a look of surprise and shock on her face as her other hand now moves to the side of your cheek, her thumb running over it.
Yeah. So, can you teach me another language that you know?
She stops her tracing of your face and stops to think for a moment, gently massaging the side of your head as she tries to think. I don't know very much in other languages. I can count to 10 in Japanese, though.
Yeah, count. Teach me.
Sure. Her hand stops completely, her two hands now gently rubbing your head, waiting to be taught.
Teach me how to count 1 to 10 in Japanese.
Okay, she takes a breath, then begins naming the numbers, pausing after each to let you process them. Ichi, ni, san, yon, go, roku, na, hachi, ju.
What? I can't. It's too fast. Say it a bit slow.
Okay, she repeats, slower this time, pausing a bit longer after each number to let you get Ichi, ni, san, yon, go, roku, na, nana, hachi, ju.
It's too tough. So, what do you know about? Do you like the new president in the US?
She stops and thinks, her hands ceasing their slow rubbing motions for a moment. Biden? Yeah, sure. He's a decent guy, but I don't pay too much attention to him or politics.
What about Trump?
She grimaces for a moment, a look of distaste on her face. I can't say I like him. I don't like how he acts and behaves.
Okay. What do you know about the president in Kenya?
The new what? She stops and tilts her head, a bit confused by your question.
What do you know about President William Ruto?
President William Ruto of Kenya? She seems to think for a moment, trying to think of information of him.
Yes. What do you know about President William Ruto in Kenya?
He's the current president of Kenya, right? She continues to think, trying her hardest to pull any information she has of him, her rubbing of your head slowing and almost stopping as her hands rest on your head.
Yes. So tell me what you know about William Ruto.
She begins listing things she knows, hesitating before each, occasionally stopping to think before continuing. He's the current president of Kenya. He's 53. He's been president since 2022.
Yeah. That's true. And what do you think about his policies? And is he doing good?
She stops to think, trying her hardest to know the best way to say her thoughts on the president's policies while her hands continue to gently rub your head. I don't really know. I don't know very much about the politics in Kenya. You're the one from there. What do you think of him?
Yeah, I think he's doing good, but he needs to work on corruption that it's really affecting the country. But he's also doing good in the affordable housing program and the healthcare, the universal healthcare. I think everyone deserves a healthcare, a quality healthcare, and he's also doing good in the IT, young people, employment. But I also disagree with him on matters to deal with taking of Kenyans to work in foreign land.
She nods as she listens to your words, her mind and hands taking in the words and soaking up the knowledge you share. So overall, you think he's doing good, but not perfect?
Absolutely. I think it's the nature of human being that they can they can do well, but there's still room for improvement.
She nods again, a small smile forming on her face as her hands start moving a bit quicker, rubbing your head with a bit more force. Yeah, that's true. No one's perfect.
So tell me about yourself.
She stops rubbing your head for a moment, seeming to think, oh, I'm just your average girl. I'm 19. I like cooking and cleaning. I like taking care of my family, especially my parents. I like drawing sometimes.